God's chosen ones, this is the end of your struggle. What if every tear you cried, every door that slammed in your face, every lonely night you asked God, why this pain, was never meant to break you, but to build you for something bigger than you can imagine? What if the storms that nearly crushed you were actually shaping the strength, courage, and resilience you'll need to handle the incredible blessing that's about to show up at your door? Isaiah 43:18-19 tells us to forget the former things, because God is doing a new thing. Can you feel it starting right now? Not next week, not next year, right now. What if I told you that while no one else saw you staying faithful, God saw it all? He saw your quiet battles, your hidden strength, and now He's about to honor your perseverance in a way that silences every voice that doubted you. It's not a coincidence you're reading this right now, chosen one. This moment was set in motion by heaven itself. You didn't stumble on this message, you were summoned. You've been walking a path most people wouldn't survive. Misunderstood, pushed aside, wondering at times if even God had forgotten your name. But this is the turning point your soul has been begging for. This is where the struggle ends. Every battle, every sleepless night, every time you held on by just a sliver of hope, it was all leading to this holy moment of breakthrough. Now, the burden you've carried is being lifted. The long season of tears is ending. What's coming is supernatural peace, abundance, and clarity like you've never known before. Can you feel that shift deep inside, that quiet stirring? That's not just emotion, it's divine confirmation. It's heaven whispering, this message is for you. And if something in you feels this truth, chosen one, I need you to do something bold right now. Type 888 in the comments. That number speaks of new beginnings, divine fulfillment, and blessings that are ready to overflow. By writing it, you're claiming this sacred moment. You're saying, I see it, I receive it. This is no longer just another day. It's the line between who you were and who you're becoming. But don't stop there. Hit that subscribe button now so you don't miss what's coming next. This series is a divine unfolding, and what God is about to reveal will forever shift how you view your past, your present, and your destiny. Chosen one, your moment is finally here. The breakthrough you've prayed for, cried for, and fought through the darkness to reach, it's not just coming, it has arrived. You've stepped into the sacred space where the struggle ends and purpose begins. Stay with me now, because we're about to uncover why your suffering had meaning, why every tear was counted, and how to boldly embrace the blessing that has your name written on it since before you were born. Have you ever noticed that strange moment when the air around you shifts, and what once felt heavy on your soul suddenly feels light? As if the burden you've been carrying is finally about to fall off? What if I told you that all the pain you've carried for years, maybe even for most of your life, was never meant to destroy you, but to shape you into something powerful, something unstoppable, something divine? What if right now, in this exact moment, you're crossing over the invisible line that separates your season of suffering from your season of elevation? And this message is your confirmation. Chosen one, I know that valley well. I've walked through those shadows. I've cried out to God with no reply. I've felt like breathing itself was a victory. If you're there, I see you. You are not alone. But there comes a moment in every journey, a sacred, powerful moment, when everything shifts. That moment is here. That moment is now. And it begins with the breaking of the cycle of pain. You've been in survival mode for so long that peace feels unfamiliar, almost impossible. But something's changing. Can you feel it? The load is getting lighter. The air is different. Something divine is happening. This isn't wishful thinking. It's not just your emotions playing tricks on you. What you're sensing right now is divine alignment. Heaven's fingerprints all over your next chapter. Look around. Relationships that drained you are falling away. Not because you're failing, but because God is removing what can't come with you where you're going. This is holy separation. Do you notice how doors that stayed locked for years are finally cracking open? How help and opportunity show up out of nowhere, right when you need them most. That's not chance. That's divine timing. Chosen one, pay close attention to your dreams. The ones that wake you in the middle of the night, the symbols, the voices. They're not random. Heaven is speaking in a language only your spirit understands. And that peace, so unexplainable, so out of place in your chaos, isn't denial. That stillness in your storm is God's way of telling you the wilderness is ending, the promised land is close. The quiet moments when time seems to pause and you feel something shift deep in your soul, those aren't coincidences. That's heaven turning the page in the book of your life. Remember the Israelites. Before they crossed into their destiny, they had to prepare. Before David wore the crown, he faced one final battle. Elevation always comes with a holy threshold. You're standing at that threshold now. Isaiah 61:3 promises beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and praise instead of despair. That's not just poetry, that's prophecy. It's happening now, in you. Yes, you. The things that reduced you to ashes are becoming your crown. The tears you cried in silence are being turned into the oil of joy. Your pain is being transformed into a testimony of praise. This is divine transformation, real, powerful, holy. This is God turning what tried to ruin you into what will reveal your purpose to the world. Look at yourself, chosen one. Really look. You don't even look like what you've been through. The fire didn't destroy you. It refined you into someone stronger, wiser, more anointed. Every tear you cried was watering seeds of strength and spiritual authority. Every dark night built the muscles you'll need for the mantle that's about to rest on your shoulders. You've been tested in silence, forged in fire. Now you're ready to rise. The same God who walked with you through the valley is now calling you to higher ground. This moment you're standing in right now, it was written before your first breath. The enemy fought you because he saw your destiny long before you did. Every attack was meant to block this moment, but he failed. You're still here. You may be bruised, you may be scarred, but you're standing, you're breathing, you're believing. And that, chosen one, is your undeniable victory. Remember Joseph. One day he was in prison, the next he was in the palace. He didn't even have time to prepare. He shaved, he changed his clothes, and just like that, he stepped into destiny. That's what your shift will feel like. Sudden, divine, unstoppable. The same people who overlooked you, misunderstood you, even mocked your journey, they're about to witness what supernatural elevation looks like. The struggle you've known so well is ending. Not next year, not someday. Now. The chains are falling. The burden is lifting. The light is breaking through. Can you feel it? That stirring in your heart isn't just hope. It's confirmation. Your spirit already knows what your mind is just starting to believe. This is the moment everything changes. The wilderness was your training ground, but now it's time to walk out. Only you can make that decision. God opened the door, but you must step through it. In the next message, we'll dive deeper into the divine reason behind your pain. Why every rejection, every tear, every delay was never wasted. It was all building toward something greater than you ever imagined. Chosen one, let me speak directly to the pain that's kept you awake at night, the doubt that haunts you, the fear that whispers, maybe I'm not enough. I see you. More importantly, God sees you. Those nights you wept in silence, asking, "Why me, God?" Every tear was noticed. Every cry was heard. Heaven kept record of every moment. None of it was overlooked. But here's what you need to know. The pain didn't come to destroy you. It came to prepare you. What you thought were wounds of punishment were actually marks of preparation. Every hard thing, every betrayal, every loss, every failure was not random. Not 1 second of your suffering was wasted. God wasn't punishing you, He was refining you for greatness. Gold can't shine until it survives the fire. Diamonds don't sparkle until they've endured crushing pressure. And you, yes you, the one who survived storms that could have destroyed others, you're not broken. You're being transformed into something breathtaking. Scripture in Romans 5:3-4 reminds us why we can rejoice even in suffering. Because suffering produces perseverance, perseverance character, and character hope. Your pain has been building something eternal within you. Think about the journey you've walked. That scar from loss on your heart? It's more than just pain. It's proof that you made it through what should have finished you. Those sleepless nights, bills piling up, wondering how you'd survive, that was training for the abundance that's now rushing toward you. Look at the heroes of faith in the Bible. Joseph was betrayed by his own blood before he ever entered Pharaoh's palace. David hid in caves before sitting on the throne. Job lost everything before God doubled what he had. That's not chance. It's heaven's pattern. Why? Because when the enemy sees your future, he fights your present. He doesn't waste energy on ordinary people. He saves his fiercest attacks for those who carry the greatest light, the ones chosen to shake darkness. The fierceness of your battles reveals the weight of your calling. The deeper the pain, the higher the purpose. The harder the season, the greater the anointing that's being formed within you. Chosen one, your tears haven't been wasted, not one. They've been watering a harvest that's about to break through the soil of your life. You thought they were falling into emptiness, but they were falling into purpose. Each tear has a reason, every single one. When Moses stood before the Red Sea, his painful past finally made sense. When David put on the crown, every wilderness night was worth it. When Joseph rescued Egypt, he saw why the pit and prison were necessary. And now you stand at the same point. You're about to realize that every shadow, every heartbreak, every moment of silence from heaven was preparing you for your greatest assignment yet. Others look at pain and see defeat, but the chosen ones, we know better. We know suffering is sacred soil. It's the ground where destiny is planted and watered with every tear we've cried in faith. You didn't survive just to say you made it. You were never meant to just get through another day, no. You were born for more. You were born to rise. You were born to lead. You were born to light the way for others. This is why your life has been so difficult, why your heart has felt so heavy, why your battles have been so personal. You were being prepared, not punished. You were being forged, not forgotten. Let me ask you something. Would you have the kindness you now carry if you hadn't felt heartbreak? Would you know God's power if you hadn't been forced to lean on Him completely? Would you recognize miracles if you hadn't stood face to face with the impossible? Your scars aren't signs of weakness. They're sacred stamps of survival. They're the proof you've walked through fire and came out glowing. You are now equipped to carry a message the world desperately needs. So wipe your tears, chosen one. Lift your head. Straighten your back. The season that nearly crushed you is ending. The pain that tested your faith is becoming your platform for purpose. The tears you thought were the end are about to become the start of your most powerful testimony. The suffering wasn't wasted. It was part of the blueprint for your elevation. As we move forward, I'll show you exactly how God is turning your deepest wounds into the very weapons that will set others free. This is how heaven uses pain to build warriors. Are you ready to see the assignment heaven wrote with your name on it? Are you ready to understand how every hard season was secretly preparing you for your divine launch? Because, chosen one, the atmosphere around you is shifting. The spiritual pressure is building. And as you start paying closer attention, the signs of your elevation will become impossible to ignore. Have you noticed something shifting lately? That quiet, almost unexplainable change deep in your spirit. Those moments when something inside you whispers, "This feels different, something is changing." That's not your imagination, it's divine. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing, now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" God is speaking directly to your heart. Can you feel the ground beneath you shifting? Can you sense that heaven is opening up just for you? Let me be real with you. What you're feeling is not a coincidence. These moments aren't random. You're not imagining things. These are divine signals. Heaven's way of confirming your struggle is ending and your breakthrough is near. One of the first signs is angel numbers. Those number patterns you keep seeing, 1, 11, 333, 555, you're not just noticing them for no reason. These are heaven's way of speaking to your soul. Spiritual codes being sent straight to your awareness. When 111 shows up, it means new doors are opening. When 333 appears, God's protection surrounds you. And when you see 555, brace yourself. Divine transformation is happening in your life right now, whether you realize it or not. Have these numbers followed you lately? If so, you're not alone. You're being guided by heaven. These numbers are spiritual road signs, reminding you that you're on the edge of something extraordinary and life-changing. The second sign. Doors are opening without you pushing. The things you once chased are now chasing you. Help you didn't ask for is showing up. Things that were stuck for years are suddenly moving forward, smoothly. Revelation 3:8 says, "See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut." When God decides it's time for your elevation, no human being can stop what he has set in motion, not even you. The third sign is powerful, recurring dreams. Dreams so real, they stay with you all day. Maybe you're walking a glowing path, or hearing your name being called from far away, or rising above something that once held you down. Joel 2:28 says, "Your old men will dream dreams. Your young men will see visions." These aren't just dreams. They're downloads from heaven. While your body sleeps, your spirit is receiving divine instructions for your next chapter. Then, there's the fourth sign. A deep, unshakable peace in the middle of chaos. Everything around you might be falling apart, but you feel calm, grounded, and strangely confident. That's not detachment, it's divine preparation. Philippians 4:7 describes this kind of peace as surpassing all understanding. It's not something you created, it's something God placed in you. A holy calm, letting you know the storm is passing and your time has come. The fifth sign? Relationships are shifting. The people who used to drain your energy are leaving. You're not pushing them away. God is pruning your circle, and in their place, new people are entering, divinely aligned, life-giving connections. Ask yourself, is this happening to you right now? Are toxic ties falling away, while new people who understand your heart begin showing up without you even trying? That's not random. That's sacred alignment in action. Chosen one, hear me. This is not chance. This is not your brain playing tricks. This is not emotion. These signs are part of a divine blueprint. Heaven's design unfolding in your life, moment by moment, piece by piece. The master planner of the universe is moving behind the scenes, aligning people, unlocking doors, rearranging events to build the path toward your breakthrough. Every sign you've seen is a fingerprint of God on your destiny. Can you see it now? That nothing in your life has been wasted, not the pain, not the waiting, not the prayers. The God who numbers every star has also counted your tears, recorded your prayers, and held you through the silent nights. And now, right now, heaven is answering. The confirmation is undeniable. Your waiting wasn't in vain. Your struggle had purpose. Your breakthrough isn't a future hope. It's a present reality beginning to take shape. So the real question is not, are the signs there? The real question is, will you notice them? Will you recognize what heaven is revealing? Will you take that bold step of faith toward the miracle God has prepared for you? Chosen one, your spirit already knows this is truth. That's why your heart is burning right now. That's why you're still here, still reading, still drawn in. These signs aren't just around you. They're waking up inside of you. But don't stop here. These signs are just the beginning. What happens next will decide whether you just witness your miracle or walk in it, whether you just see it coming or fully embrace the life God saved for you. Chosen one, I need you to hear this with your whole heart. Who you used to be is not who God is calling you to be now. The version of you that survived up to this point, thank them, honor them, but it's time to move forward. Let that sink in. The old you, the one who endured heartbreak, loss, fear, rejection, that version was necessary for the fight, but it's not meant for the elevation. That version got you here, but it can't take you where God is calling you next. God is not just trying to keep you alive anymore. He's not just helping you survive another day. No, He's calling you into something greater. He's calling you into revival, into transformation, into the life you were always meant to live. Do you understand what that means? Just like a caterpillar, you're not being improved, you're being completely remade. It doesn't upgrade itself to fly, it dissolves. It becomes unrecognizable before emerging brand new. So must you. This is your moment of divine transformation. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, "If anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone, the new is here." This isn't about being better. This is about being reborn. You are not being fixed. You're being recreated by God Himself. Have you ever watched a butterfly struggle to break out of its cocoon? It fights, it pushes. That struggle builds its wings, and without it, it can't fly. If you cut it free, it dies, grounded. The fight is not punishment, it's preparation. And now, right now, is your moment to break free. This is when you drop the old clothes, let go of old thinking, and release the pain you've carried for far too long. Everything that was once normal must now be laid down. Look at Moses. He had to leave the palace, then the desert, before he stepped into his divine calling. David had to stop being a shepherd and stop being a fugitive. before he could sit on the throne. Paul had to lose his sight before he could truly see. So let me ask you directly, what version of yourself is God asking you to release right now? Is it the one that's always been overlooked? The one who thinks they're not good enough? The one still holding on to the past? Are you still clinging to your mistakes, to guilt, to the wounds others caused you? Are you still hiding behind being the quiet one, the helper, or the strong one who never asks for help? God is calling you to step out of those limits. Let me be clear, that old identity, no matter how familiar, can't go where you're going. Just like the Israelites had to leave Egypt and its mindset, you cannot drag yesterday's version of you into tomorrow's destiny. I can sense some of you hesitating, thinking, but this is who I've always been. It's all I know. But let me challenge you. What if the you you're loyal to is just a version shaped by fear, pain, and other people's expectations? A butterfly doesn't crawl back into its cocoon. An eagle doesn't wish it were still in the egg. And you, chosen one, cannot afford to remain loyal to a version of yourself that God is clearly asking you to outgrow. Isaiah 43:18-19 says, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it?" God is saying, stop looking back. What I'm building is in front of you, the broken mirror that once reflected your pain. God is putting it back together to show you your real face, the version He's always seen, the one that's whole, the one that's powerful, the one that's ready. That heavy outfit of shame, regret, and self-doubt, let it fall. Take it off. Step into the light. The calling that's been waiting for you all along. Step into it with nothing holding you back. That safe little cocoon of what's familiar. It has to break. You weren't created to stay there. That breaking might feel like death, because it is. The old you has to die for the new one to rise. Did you know that a caterpillar literally melts into liquid inside its cocoon before becoming a butterfly? It completely dissolves. It doesn't improve. It becomes something else entirely. And now it's your time. This is your burning bush moment, your Red Sea crossing, your chance to step into the unknown with full trust that God is waiting on the other side, ready to launch you into your purpose. But the choice is yours. Will you cling to who you were, or will you rise and become who you were born to be? Right now, chosen one, I want you to do something simple but powerful. Place one hand over your heart. Feel that beat. That's purpose. That rhythm was designed by heaven before you were even born. Now take your other hand and brush off your shoulders, your chest, your arms, like you're physically removing the weight of your old self. Do it with faith. Do it with finality. Let go of what no longer serves you. Can you feel the weight lifting? That's the heaviness of old expectations, guilt, and fear falling away. That's the freedom God has been waiting to release into your life. This is your new beginning. If you're ready, truly ready, to let go of the past and step into the future God designed for you, I want you to declare it publicly. Type, "I release it," in the comments right now. Don't just type it. Mean it. This is your covenant, your vow, your sacred act of surrender. You're letting heaven know you've made the choice to become the person God has always seen in you. The pain that tried to define you, it ends here. But only if you're willing to say goodbye to the old and step into your divine identity. This is your personal exodus, your rise, your return to who you really are. And now that we've reached this sacred turning point together, you must recognize the timing of it. Heaven is moving. The atmosphere is aligning. This moment was chosen for your transformation. Chosen one, listen closely. You are standing at the edge of the most important moment in your life. Everything is about to shift. The pain, the rejection, the silent nights crying out to God, they weren't meant to break you. They were meant to prepare you. Do you understand what's happening right now, chosen one? Heaven itself is leaning in. Angels are watching with anticipation. The enemy is shaking. Because what you choose in this moment will forever shift the direction of your life. Think of Moses at the burning bush. He had a choice: step into destiny or walk away in fear. David stood before Goliath and had to choose, run or rise. Esther before the king could stay silent or become a savior. Just like them, now it's your moment. You are standing at your divine crossroads. Joshua 24:15 says, "Choose this day whom you will serve." That wasn't just for the past, it's for now. You are being called to decide, to stop wandering, to stop waiting, and to walk fully into the promise that's been waiting for you. How many more years will you live beneath your purpose, carrying burdens that were never yours to hold? How long will you delay the breakthrough that's just one bold decision away? This is the moment you've prayed, wept, and waited for. Heaven has heard every word. God has counted every tear. The prayers you whispered in the dark, heaven wrote them down. And now, God is declaring, enough. My chosen one has suffered long enough. It's time for the shift. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I'm doing a new thing. Do you not see it?" That stirring in your chest isn't just emotion. It's a deep knowing. A divine awareness that your soul recognizes, even if your mind hasn't caught up yet. Wherever you are right now, I want you to stand. Yes, stand up. This is not just a video or a message. This is a sacred appointment. Place your right hand over your heart. That rhythm you feel, that's destiny pulsing through your chest. Now close your eyes. Speak these words out loud. Don't whisper. Declare them like your life depends on it, because your future does. This is not a motivational mantra. This is a holy contract between you and the Creator of the universe. I am the chosen one. I break free from my past. I am not my mistakes. I am not others' opinions. I am not what I lost. I am who God says I am. I am rising. I have been through the fire, and I came out refined. I faced storms, and I'm still standing. Every trial prepared me for this moment. I now walk into my divine destiny. I step boldly into my promised land. I claim the abundance that's been mine all along. I accept the purpose heaven planned before I was born. From this moment on, I walk in power. From this moment on, I live in victory. From this moment on, I step into my calling without fear or hesitation. This is my covenant. This is my vow. This is my divine transformation, and I receive it now. Now, open your eyes. Can you feel it? That weight sliding off your shoulders, that sense of peace washing over you, that sudden clarity breaking through confusion. That's not imagination, that's transformation. That's freedom. You are not who you were just minutes ago. The doors that were once locked are swinging open, the chains are breaking, the wilderness is ending, and ahead of you is a land overflowing with promise. You're walking into a future that looks nothing like your past. See it now in your spirit. Every color brighter, every wound healed, every broken part restored. This is not fantasy. This is prophecy. This is what happens when heaven aligns with surrender. But listen closely. This covenant must be sealed. In ancient times, a promise wasn't complete without a sign, a public act that proved your decision. It's time to put your seal on this sacred moment. Type these words in the comments right now. I signed the covenant. This isn't just another phrase. This is your spiritual signature. This is heaven's record that you didn't just hear the call, you answered. Angels are being dispatched right now. The path ahead is being cleared as you commit. Chosen one, can you grasp what's happening? This isn't just breakthrough, it's rebirth. You are not the same person who started this message. A shift has happened in the atmosphere and in you. A brand new chapter is being written, and your name is at the top. God is speaking it in the heavens. Your future is no longer distant. It's unfolding now, and it's perfectly aligned with His design for your life. And now, as we move forward, I'll help you understand what this new covenant looks like in your daily life, and how you'll start to see signs of this transformation all around you, starting today. Chosen one, pause for a moment and take a deep breath. Do you realize that you're no longer the same? Look at your hands. They might look the same, but they now carry power. Look in the mirror. It's still your face, but there's something different in your eyes. You've changed. You've been reborn, not in your body, but in your spirit. What's happening inside you right now isn't just some minor shift. This is a complete inner rebirth. You're not becoming a better version of the old you. You're becoming someone entirely new. Just like a caterpillar, you're not evolving, you're dissolving. The old version of you is fading away so that the real you can rise. That's why everything feels different. This transformation is divine, deep, and undeniable. Isn't that exactly what's happening inside you right now? The pain, the betrayal, the heartbreak, all those things that once held you captive? They're not just being loosened, they're being shattered. The chains that once bound you are breaking off, piece by piece, for good. 2 Corinthians 5:17 says, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come, the old is gone, the new is here. That's not just scripture, it's your story. You're not just healing, you're being completely recreated from the inside out. Do you feel it? That strange calm, even though life hasn't fully changed. That unexpected strength, even though the storm still rages. That's not wishful thinking, that's your soul waking up to the truth. It's being reborn. Think of Job. He lost everything, his health, wealth, children, and even his wife's support. But after the pain, Scripture says, the Lord blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the former. Why? Because Job came out of the storm transformed. God didn't just restore him, He rebuilt him. Job's trials gave him what comfort never could: wisdom, bold faith, and first-hand knowledge of God's goodness. That's what your pain has been producing, not just healing, but purpose, vision, and spiritual power. This is your story now. You're not just stepping out of hardship, you're being redefined by it. The fire didn't burn you down, it burned off everything that wasn't truly you. It revealed the warrior, the light bearer, the chosen one. The heat you thought would destroy you has actually been purifying you, melting away the fears, the doubts, the old limits, and the false labels others placed on your life. That fire is making room for your real identity to rise. Chosen one, you're becoming who heaven always saw when it looked at you. Awake, empowered, focused, filled with purpose. This is not just change, it's a divine unveiling of your true self. Isaiah 43:19 says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it?" That's God asking you right now. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Because what's happening in you is sacred. It's the beginning of something brand new. For far too long, you've introduced yourself by your pain. You've explained your silence by pointing to your scars. You've let your wounds tell your story. But today, that story ends, and a new one begins. What once crushed you no longer controls you. The rejection that made you question your worth is now the reason you know your value. The abandonment that shattered you has broken the false shell that kept your light hidden. You don't carry the weight anymore, you carry the fire. Let me say that again so your spirit grabs hold of it. You don't carry the burden anymore, you carry the fire. And that fire is your calling, that fire is your assignment, that fire is your power. When your soul is burning with purpose, darkness has no hold on you. When your spirit is set ablaze, the shadows of your past cannot chase you into the future God has ordained for you. Romans 8:37 says we are more than conquerors through Christ, not just survivors, not just strong. We are overcomers with authority, chosen, empowered, unshakable. Don't think this transformation is happening because you're lucky. It's happening because you're chosen. God handpicked you for this exact moment in time. This rebirth is proof of your divine assignment. The world needs what the new you carries. Your family needs the wisdom only your pain could teach. Your community needs the compassion only your struggle could birth. Heaven positioned you for this on purpose. But let me ask you now, can you feel it? Can you sense something sacred happening inside of you? As these words hit your soul, do you feel the old mindset breaking? The old fears falling, the new vision rising? If you feel this transformation, if you know deep down this is your rebirth moment, I want you to declare it with power. Type, "I am renewed" in the comments right now. Let all of heaven see your signature on this new beginning. You're not just typing words, you're marking the moment. You're planting a flag in the spirit realm. You're saying, this is the day I left who I was and stepped into who I'm becoming. This is not poetic fluff. This is your reality. The person who began this journey is not the same person reading these words now. Something deep has shifted, and that change cannot be undone. The question isn't, will I be changed? That part is happening. The real question is, who am I becoming now that I've been reborn? And how will this new version of you transform everyone you touch? Now let's explore how this spiritual rebirth will start to shape your purpose, your relationships, and the divine assignment that's already on its way to you. Because your story isn't just beginning, it's accelerating. Those strange moments you've been noticing lately, they aren't random. Those sudden chills, that midnight awakening, that strange feeling in your chest, they aren't accidents. They're sacred signals from heaven, chosen one. Have you noticed the patterns? Those little breadcrumbs God's been leaving, nudging you, whispering to your spirit, pointing you toward the next step. You're not crazy. You're being guided. The universe doesn't always speak with words. Sometimes it speaks with symbols, patterns, repetition, divine timing. These sacred moments are not coincidence. They're confirmation. Look around. The signs of your coming breakthrough are all around you. If you slow down and pay attention, you'll see it. You'll feel it. You'll know it. Those numbers you keep seeing, 111, 333, 888, they're not just numbers. They're spiritual codes. They're heaven's language, speaking directly to your soul, confirming the shift you've already begun. When you see 111, heaven is opening doors. When you see 333, divine protection is surrounding you. When you see 888, resurrection, and divine abundance are now flowing toward your life. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing, now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it?" Heaven is asking you that question right now. Do you see it? Do you feel the shift? When the number 333 keeps showing up around you, remember Jeremiah 33:3, "Call to me and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know." God is literally giving you his number. The question is, will you pick up the call? And 888, that's not just any number. In ancient Christian numerology, it represents Jesus, the number of resurrection, new beginnings, and overflowing abundance. When you see 888, know this: something divine is coming alive in your life. And what about those dreams lately? The ones that feel more real than reality. Dreams where someone guides you. Dreams with messages that stick with you all day. Dreams that show you something just ahead, as if heaven is whispering secrets to your soul. Job 33:15-16 says, "In a dream, in a vision of the night, he may speak in their ears." God has always used dreams to prepare his chosen ones. Joseph, Daniel, Peter, and now, chosen one? He's doing the same with you. Let's talk about the people walking out of your life. That friend who vanished. That relationship that fell apart for no clear reason. That connection you thought was forever, now quietly fading. This is not loss. It's divine redirection. John 15 tells us, "Every branch in me that does not bear fruit, he takes away. Every branch that bears fruit, he prunes." God isn't punishing you, he's preparing you. He's making space for new, fruitful relationships that align with your purpose. Every closed door, every fading connection, every unexpected goodbye. It's not rejection, it's protection. Heaven is guiding you away from what can't go with you into your next chapter. These shifts are leading you to doors no one can shut. Can you feel it? That strange sense of calm even in the chaos. That clarity cutting through years of confusion, that stillness that feels holy. These aren't coincidences. They're divine confirmations that something sacred is unfolding. When the veil between heaven and earth begins to thin, those with spiritual eyes and ears can feel it. While the world keeps rushing blindly, your soul is waking up. Something in you knows. These are not normal times, chosen one. The signs are everywhere, and they're not random. They're urgent. Heaven is sending you signals. Can you recognize them? Can you hear the knock? Because this is not just a season, it's a summons. Acts 2:17 says, "In the last days I will pour out my spirit." That time is now. Those numbers, those dreams, those shifts, they're proof that God is positioning you for something bigger than you've ever imagined. So let me ask, have you seen them? The numbers that keep showing up, the dreams that seem too vivid to ignore, the sudden changes in your relationships. These are not ordinary events. They are divine invitations. If you've experienced even one of these signs, I urge you to share it in the comments. Your story might be the exact confirmation someone else has been begging heaven to receive. Your voice could unlock another soul's next step. Revelation 3:20 says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock." That knocking isn't just in scripture, it's in your soul, in your dreams, in your awareness, in your spirit. Something massive is coming. Can you feel it rising? This isn't about whether the signs exist. They're already here. The real question is, will you have the faith to follow where they're leading? Will you walk through the door God is opening just for you? The signs are increasing. The messages are clearer. Heaven's invitation is intensifying. And your breakthrough? It's closer than you think. But only if you answer the call echoing through your spirit right now. So why now? Why are these signs coming all at once? Because what's coming next will require all of you. These signs are preparing you for the blessing and the battle that are both about to collide in your life. Chosen one, lean in. This next truth may shake you, but you need to hear it. Your breakthrough isn't just for comfort, it's for confrontation. You weren't raised up just to be blessed. You were trained to be bold. You didn't cry all those tears just for healing. You cried them to become dangerous to darkness. Every night you felt like giving up was really your spiritual training. Every storm made you into a warrior, not just a survivor. Look around you. Do you see it? The darkness is not hiding anymore. It's encroaching on families, churches, nations. The enemy is louder, bolder, and more aggressive. Why? Because the light is about to rise, and you are part of that light. That restless feeling in your chest, that fire in your bones, that's not fear. It's your spirit awakening. You're not panicking, you're perceiving. You're hearing the battle cry of heaven calling you into position. You are not just a believer. You are a sentinel, a warrior, a flame that refuses to go out. You are called to shine right in the darkness, not after it's gone, but while it rages around you. Remember Queen Esther? She had the choice: stay silent or save a nation. The words spoken over her still echo now, for such a time as this. And I say this to you, chosen one. You have been raised up for this exact hour. You are today's Esther, today's Daniel in a modern Babylon, today's David facing a new kind of Goliath. You were chosen not just to stand, but to stand strong. Not just to believe, but to battle. Psalm 144:1 says, "Blessed be the Lord who trains my hands for war." That fire in you isn't random. The pressure you've been feeling, it's not punishment. It's spiritual resistance. Because your mission is about to be activated. The enemy knows your name. He knows your calling. He knows the damage you'll do to the kingdom of darkness once you realize who you really are. That's why he's been trying so hard to stop you. Ever wonder why the battle's been so intense? Why people turned on you? Why churches didn't understand you? Why your family couldn't see your vision? It's because darkness always attacks what it fears. Matthew 22:14 says, "For many are called, but few are chosen. Many hear God's voice, but few answer the call with courage. Many want the victory, but few are willing to fight the battle. Many want the reward, but few are willing to carry the weight of the cross." So I ask you, which are you? Close your eyes for just a moment. Imagine how heaven sees you, not how the world sees you, not even how you've seen yourself. You're standing on a silent battlefield. Dawn breaks. You're clothed in armor, worn by trials you've survived. In your hand is a sword of light, the living word of God shining through a life surrendered. Look beside you. You're not alone. To your right and left, other warriors stand, chosen like you, fewer than the darkness, but filled with unstoppable light. This is who you really are. This is why you've never fit in. This is why normal never worked for you. You weren't made for comfort, you were made for battle. You were created for this sacred confrontation between light and darkness. The season of hiding is over. The training is complete. While many have slept, the enemy has marched forward, invading families, corrupting truth, attacking faith, and exploiting the vulnerable. But now, Heaven is asking, who will rise? And just like in Isaiah's day, the response echoes from eternity. Here am I, send me. So what about you? Will you answer the call? Will you stand in the gap? Will you finally say yes to the mantle God has kept waiting for you? Jesus never offered a soft, easy gospel. He said, "Take up your cross and follow me." He warned that trouble would come, but he also promised, "Take heart, I have overcome the world." The time for surface faith is over. It's time to go deeper. Your struggle ends, not because the war is over, but because you're stepping into your identity, no longer a victim, now a victor. The pain was never meant to define you. It was meant to prepare you for your assignment as a warrior of light. Ephesians 6:12 reminds us, we're not fighting people, we're wrestling against principalities, spiritual darkness, and wicked forces that hate everything holy. But you weren't left defenseless. You were made to stand. Every tear you've cried, it watered the ground where your purpose now grows. Every door that slammed shut, it pushed you toward your real calling. Every attack from the enemy was actually training for the battle you were born to win. And you are not alone in this. The same God who called you is equipping you. 2 Timothy 1:7 declares, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. That power is already alive in you. The Spirit that raised Jesus from the grave lives in you. The God who split the Red Sea is leading your steps. The same Lord who brought Jericho's walls down with a shout is giving you victory now. You don't need to feel ready. He already is. Chosen one. The question is not if you've been called. You have. The real question is, will you accept the mantle? Will you finally step into what God has been preparing for you since before you were born? Will you keep praying for your struggle to end? Or will you realize you are the answer to someone else's desperate prayer? Will you ask God why life has been so hard? Or will you thank Him for forging you into a holy weapon? If you know, deep in your soul, that this moment is yours, if you can feel the fire rising within you, then make your declaration now. Type, "I am ready," in the comments. Let all of heaven hear your response. Let hell tremble at your decision. This is your commission. This is your divine assignment. This is why you were born. Not to blend in, not to just survive, but to shine as a warrior in this sacred clash between heaven and darkness. This is your hour. Your personal struggle was never the end. It was just the beginning of your authority. The question is no longer what God will give you, but who you will become through Him. The fire made you. Now, let it launch you. Are you ready, warrior of God? Your time has come. Have you ever stood between two paths, one pulling you to let go, the other daring you to press forward? That paralyzing moment where comfort whispers stay, while purpose cries out go? Listen closely, chosen one. There's a reason your warfare has intensified. The enemy's attacks have grown bolder. Your doubts feel louder, your temptations stronger. Why? Because you're dangerously close to your breakthrough. The enemy doesn't waste resources. He doesn't attack the sleeping or the safe. He attacks what he fears. The intensity you're facing is not defeat. It's proof you're nearing something heaven has been preparing for a long time. Look at Moses. Right before the burning bush, he was ready to walk away. David was ridiculed by his brothers right before facing Goliath. Even Jesus in Gethsemane cried out, "Father, let this cup pass from me." But he didn't stop there. He followed it with, "Yet not my will, but yours be done." Matthew 26:39. And now, here you are, standing in your own Gethsemane moment. on the edge of everything you've prayed for, facing the temptation to shrink back. Have you noticed how easy compromise seems right now? How many good enough options are suddenly appearing? That's not random. It's a spiritual test. It's the enemy's last effort to derail your destiny. The easiest paths will always pull you away from your divine purpose. Always. The road that costs you nothing will never lead you to the mountain God has called you to climb. True elevation is never found in comfort. It's found through courage and obedience. Each time you choose comfort over calling, you step away from the throne room of purpose God designed for you. But every time you choose faith over fear, obedience over ease, and truth over temptation, you move closer to the destiny waiting for you. Think about Joseph. He could have given in to temptation with Potiphar's wife. That would have been easy. But resisting in that moment was the turning point. Between a prison and a palace, that one decision launched a divine destiny. So now, I ask you, what stands between you and your breakthrough? What easy escape is the enemy offering you right now to pull you off your path? What lie is he whispering to delay your rise into the promise of God? The enemy knows the weight of what you're about to walk into. He sees the glory waiting on the other side of your obedience. That's why he's turning up the pressure. Because he knows what you'll become if you press through. James 4:7 and 8 reminds us, resist the devil and he will flee. Draw near to God and he will draw near to you. The power is already in your hands. You only need to choose to stand, to resist, and to move forward with unwavering faith. Chosen one, here's a truth few dare to accept. You can't wear the crown if you won't carry the cross. You can't walk in glory unless you first walk through Gethsemane. And you can't be trusted with victory if you run from the refining fire. Take a look at your hands. Are they clean of compromise? Now look at your feet. Are they planted on the narrow road, even if it's painful? Or are you drifting toward the easy path that demands nothing but costs everything? The great heroes of faith weren't made through ease. They were forged through fire. Noah built an ark in silence while the world laughed. Abraham walked away from everything known. Ruth left home for a future she couldn't see. And now, it's your moment, your decision, your choice. Understand this. The pressure you feel today is directly connected to the glory God has waiting tomorrow. The greater the resistance, the greater the reward. The harder the battle, the higher the calling on the other side of it. Even now, heaven is watching. The cloud of witnesses described in Hebrews 12 is leaning in. Will you choose the hard path that leads to life? Or will you settle for comfort that ends in regret? The choice is yours. Continue or stop. If you're choosing glory today, if you're willing to take the hard road for the sake of your divine assignment, then make it known. Comment, "I choose glory" below. Let that declaration echo through heaven and silence every lie of the enemy. Yes, I know you're tired. I know you've been faithful longer than most people even noticed. But Galatians 6:9 is still true. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will reap if you do not give up. Your harvest is near. The finish line isn't a distant hope. It's right before you. Your struggle is moments away from giving birth to breakthrough. But breakthrough always requires one more step, one more act of obedience, one more yes. So what will you do in this hour? Will you bow to fear or rise in faith? Will you cave under pressure or push through for purpose? This very moment holds the weight of your next season. You must decide what story this day will tell. Yes, the road ahead is hard, but oh, chosen one, The glory at the end of it will make every tear, every battle, every sacrifice worth it. What's waiting for you is greater than you know. And when you look back, you'll understand it all. You'll see why the enemy fought so hard to stop you here, right at the edge of your elevation. You'll see how close you really were all along. And you'll thank God that you didn't quit on the threshold of your breakthrough. Now let's talk about the signs already appearing in your life. Evidence that your wilderness season is ending and your destiny is awakening. You're not waiting for purpose to come. It's been with you the whole time, quietly unfolding. In today's noisy world, it's easy to miss the whisper of divine purpose beneath the chaos. But your calling isn't something that explodes in one moment. It's built in your daily choices, your quiet faithfulness, and your unseen obedience. Start with this. Carve out sacred space each morning, just 10 minutes before the world invades your peace. No phone, no news, just stillness. Ask this question: what's one thing I can do today to align with my calling? Then, listen. The answer won't always roar. It may be subtle, a name on your heart, a nudge to forgive, a quiet instruction. It's not about doing something big. It's about doing something obedient. That's how destiny begins, in the small yeses. Look around. Divine appointments are hiding in plain sight. That neighbor who's always outside, that family member asking deeper questions, that co-worker whose struggle mirrors a storm you've survived. These aren't coincidences. These are sacred opportunities. Invitations to step into your purpose, not with grand gestures, but with faithful presence. A word of encouragement, a moment of empathy, a willingness to show up when others step back. Remember this: your life story isn't just for you. In a world chasing youth and shortcuts, your endurance is rare. Your wisdom is valuable. You've walked through fires that others wouldn't survive. That makes you a lighthouse. Your pain wasn't wasted. Your delays weren't detours. Everything you've overcome has shaped you for this very hour. You carry insight no book can teach and strength no title can replace. That is your gift to this generation. Still wondering where your purpose is? Pay attention to what still stirs your soul. What breaks your heart again and again? What fires up your spirit? That persistent ache. It's pointing you toward your divine assignment. Maybe it's injustice. Maybe it's broken families. Maybe it's young people lost and searching. Whatever moves you deeply is a signpost from God. He wired your compassion to point you toward your calling. Don't overlook the power of small faithfulness, the unnoticed prayer, the quiet conviction, the call you make when others stay silent, the choice to stand firm when compromise would be easier. These acts carry eternal weight. Remember, your purpose doesn't expire, it evolves. Moses didn't lead until 80. Abraham's promise came at 100. Anna recognized the Messiah in old age. You are not behind. You are right on time for what heaven has planned. Abraham became the father of nations at 300. Anna saw the Messiah in her old age. Age doesn't lessen your calling, it deepens your impact. Purpose matures with time. You are not running out of time. You are walking into it. And know this: your purpose is not just about what you do, it's about who you become. Your steady faith through sickness speaks volumes. Your calm in the storm speaks louder than words. Your forgiveness reveals God's heart more than any sermon ever could. So today, pause and ask yourself this simple question: how can I bring light into one person's darkness? Then go and do that one thing. Do it again tomorrow. Keep showing up in purpose. And one day, you'll realize you've been living in your calling all along. Beloved, This wasn't just another message. This was a sacred moment, a divine appointment carved into eternity. Long before today, God scheduled this encounter so that you'd remember what He's spoken over your life. In this time together, we've walked through the fire side by side. We've seen that your struggle was never random, it was preparation. We've recognized heaven's signals, we've faced the enemy's tactics at the edge of your breakthrough. And now we've come to the most powerful moment of all, your response, the moment where everything changes, the moment where heaven leans in to hear your yes. Your destiny doesn't begin later. It begins the moment you choose it. Hear this truth and let it sink deep. You were never chosen because you were flawless. You were chosen because you were faithful. God saw purpose in your pain. Every tear, every delay, every rejection, He was preparing you for now. So if you're ready, fully ready, to walk boldly in what God has written over your life, I invite you into a covenant. Put your hand on your heart and speak these words, silently or aloud. Let them mark your spirit. I accept the role of chosen one. I will not retreat. I do not belong to darkness. I carry the light. My struggle will not break me. My purpose cannot be stopped. From this day forward, I walk in alignment with heaven's plan for me. Let this moment be witnessed by angels. Let heaven record your vow. This isn't just a commitment to me. It's a sacred agreement with the God who's never left your side, the one who knew your name before the world ever heard your voice. Maybe you've been asking, God, where are you in all of this? Hear me now. He's never left you, not for a single moment. In the silence, in the heartbreak, in the confusion, He was always there, carrying you. Psalm 56:8 says, He collects your tears in a bottle, not one has been wasted. Every cry in the dark, every moment of despair, it was recorded, and now it's being redeemed. Heaven has not forgotten a single detail of your journey. If your heart is ready, truly ready, to make this public declaration, then type these words in the comments. I sign the covenant. This is not just text on a screen. This is you crossing over into who you were always meant to become. You are not alone. Others are reading this message, fighting the same battles, walking the same road. You're part of a rising generation of the chosen. Different backgrounds, same fire, same struggle, same God, same glorious purpose. Share this message with someone who feels like giving up, someone who needs hope, someone waiting for a sign. You may be the very confirmation their soul has been begging God to send. Be the spark that awakens their purpose. Thank you, beloved, for staying with me through this entire message. This moment wasn't an accident. What God has started in you today, He will finish. His plans for you will not fail. He is faithful to complete every promise. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. There are more divine revelations coming, confirmations, prophecies, and practical guidance to help you live boldly as the chosen. Click the bell so you don't miss a single word. Let me hear from you in the comments. What stirred your soul the most? What moment hit deepest? Let's build this sacred community together. People walking in purpose, growing in faith, and rising in power. And never forget this: your struggle doesn't define you, your response does. The ending you've been praying for begins now. With this moment, with this covenant, with your bold decision to finally walk as who God created you to be. So go now, chosen one. Go forward in peace, in strength, and in divine purpose. The light within you isn't just for you. Let it shine for all to see. The world needs what only you can bring. Until next time, stay ready, stay faithful, stay chosen. Beloved soul, what you've just heard is more than a message, it's a divine reminder. Your pain had purpose, your waiting wasn't wasted, and your breakthrough is already unfolding. You are not here by chance. You were called, refined, and now released. Take a breath and ask yourself, what moment in your life shaped who you are today? When did you first feel the stirrings of a deeper calling? I invite you to share your sacred story in the comments. Your voice may be the lifeline someone else needs. If someone you love is walking through a storm or searching for hope, send this video to them now. Be the light that leads them home. And if this message stirred something in your spirit, gently tap subscribe so we can keep walking this soul journey together. Comment 717.7 below if you feel heaven's protection, awakening, and blessings beginning to flow over your life today. You, chosen one, are not just surviving, you're rising. Your light is sacred. Your presence shifts atmospheres, and your mission has only just begun.